Hey. Hello, everybody. We are.
Hello, y'all.
See, we got Melvin here and PJ.
And Kia-Belle.
Kia-Belle. All right.
Thank you guys for coming in.
As you can see, we're going to do some flavored whiskey. And so we'll get started with that in just a minute. But it's good to see everybody.
PJ wants to see your hair or your no hair.
There is a lot of whiskey behind me, that's for sure. So it says it's one hell of a whiskey rack. Yep. So we're going to drink a little bit of it. I don't think we're going to make too much of a dent on that. And you said somebody wanted to see my hair.
Yeah, PJ.
Oh, actually, my hair, I just shaved it again because I think I look better bald. But we'll see how it goes. I may grow it back. It's like when it starts growing back, then it's like starts looking like a porcupine.
Melba said your hat looks bigger now.
Oh, does it? I probably need to just, it sits down more on my head now, that's for sure. So anyway.
A few more people hopefully will join us.
Yeah.
If not, they're going to miss all the flavors. We got some good ones we're going to try.
Thanks, Melba. This is probably my favorite hat. I like to wear this in the wintertime a lot. And Dina's hat looks good. So, yeah, the in-between, it's like when your hair's growing back, it's like, you got to wait a pretty good while for it to start laying down. But what I notice is it's like I'm really thin. I try to ignore it, but it is getting pretty thin up there. So anyway, we sure appreciate everybody coming in.
Yes. How was everybody's Saturday evening? Did you have a fun-filled Saturday? It was cold here.
Yes, it was.
Very cold.
Hey, there's Angel Eyes. I hadn't seen you in a while.
Hey, Angel Eyes.
Good to see you.
Thank you for coming in.
Yeah. I'm going to hold off actually on the Jeremiah weed for just a little bit because this stuff is so good that I don't want to make everything else seem bad.
Hey, Steph. How are you?
Well,
Thank you for coming in.
Hey. And there's Gord. What's up?
Gord.
And who else we got? That's good. Appreciate you guys coming by real quick.
How are you this evening, Gord?
Here's an old standby. You got Fireball. Of course, there's other, Jack Daniels has their brand. I forget what they call it.
Fire, maybe? I don't.
Cinnamon. I don't know. But anyway.
Somebody can tell us that maybe.
And there's Michael Ford. Hey, Michael.
Hey, Michael. Good to see you.
Yep, all the way in from Australia. I don't know what time is it in Australia right now, Michael? I need to get used to that. And of course, Michael's one of my Patreon people, and so is Kia-Belle supporters. So we really appreciate you guys. Of course, we appreciate everyone. We love all of our fans, but we appreciate their
PJ
support.
said Fireball must be chilled, and it has been.
All of this, we've had all this stuff in the refrigerator. And there's Dylan Pritchard, another Patreon guy.
Hey,
so
Dylan.
appreciate that coming in. Good to see you, Dylan.
See you.
And oh, Michael, I've got your T-shirt in a box, ready to send out. I just got to get to the post office. So as soon as I do that, then who knows how long it'll take.
Melba said the Jack is Tennessee Fire.
Tennessee
right?
Fire. And she says, I saw the most beautiful Fireball candy apples. Check out the Tipsy Bartender channel. He made some neat apples that were a shot glass. Oh, that does sound good.
That sounds good.
Cool. And he says, so it's spring in Australia. PJ says it's also spring in Australia. Cool.
Oh, wow.
So it's probably a pretty time of the year.
Yeah.
That's neat. So PJ says Tipsy Bartender is great. I'll have to check him out. So we're going to start. Everybody knows what Fireball's like, but it's flavored whiskey, cinnamon whiskey. So we're going to try it.
And I'm pretty sure it's going to taste like cinnamon and fire.
And so Tina, you can have this. Oh, look, I got to show you these shot glasses. This shot glass right here. I don't know if you can see the words I'm trying to see on the screen. This is from the Manhattan Bar, which is from the Manhattan Ghost Town. I did a video on the Manhattan Bar and Ghost Town that sprang up, and it's actually a living ghost town because there's still some gold mines nearby and people working the mines, but I bought that there, and that's really cool. So I'm going to let Tina take a little. We're going to do little small shots because we got a lot of different flavors, so we don't want to kill ourselves.
I don't even know how to shoot that.
And so everybody's had Fireball. I mean, if you have, raise your hand if you've not had Fireball. Fireball whiskey.
Let's see.
Did you check out the whiskey I mentioned in the email? I can't. I would have to go back and check. Which one was it, Angel Eyes? I can't remember which one it was.
Her volume is off, so shake your head. Yes or no?
I don't remember.
Oh, no.
So, but can everybody else hear me?
Michael has not had Fireball.
Okay, let's try some Fireball.
Michael, here's to you. We're going to try it for you, and you need to get some.
Fireball, as everybody knows, it tastes just like the little Fireball candy that you get.
It does. I mean,
and you really
pretty much identical.
It tastes like, yeah, that, and really not much of a whiskey taste. So if you don't like whiskey, you'll probably like Fireball, but even though it is whiskey. But it's not a lot of, the heat comes from the cinnamon, not from the whiskey. All right, he's going to do, PJ's doing a shot. Cheers, Tina, we've already drank it, but I'll get a little
Cheers,
sliver.
PJ.
Cheers, PJ. Cool. Glad you got that. That's cool. And Michael Ford says he hadn't tried that. So he's saying he hadn't tried it. Most liquor stores sell them in single shot bottles. Yeah, people will come in these little 10 packs. You can buy Fireballs in 10 packs. And so they'll just take them. And they're easy to drink. So that's why people like them a lot. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. There's probably a lot of people can tell Fireball stories. I've never been drunk on Fireball. Don't want to. Don't want to know what it feels like the next morning. Pecan vodka Bloody Marys are in my very near future. Okay, cool.
Oh, speaking of that.
Pecan or bacon vodka? I guess it's bacon with a K.
I have some good, speaking of that, Melba, I have some good, it's called Virginia Frost. We got it at a Virginia distillery vodka. And then they make their own Bloody Mary mix and called Krabby Marys or something like that. And I just got it when we visited a few weeks ago, and I haven't actually made one yet, but I sampled it there, and I can't wait to make that. So coming up. Walt's not a real fan of that, so I'll be enjoying those probably by myself.
He said the Fireballs are great for bringing on the plane. That's right.
Yeah.
BJ.
Get you ready for Vegas.
Now, I had a buddy of mine that we went up to Marshall football game. We stopped into a liquor store. In West Virginia, it's a little bit different. They don't, Virginia has ABC stores, but West Virginia is probably more like Las Vegas. You go into grocery stores or there's standalone ABC stores. So we went into West Virginia, and he goes in the store and he gets like 7 of those Jack Daniels bottles. And he crushes like 5 of them in a couple minutes. And I'm like, oh my God. And there's Tamara.
Hey,
nothing
Tamara.
Too scary tomorrow. So you can enjoy this. Hopefully, I might tell some ghost stories.
They're at dinner. Her and Gord are at dinner, and they're watching.
Gord says Fireball is a good palate cleanser.
Yes.
For sure.
You'll get rid of everything else.
Well, Michael, good to see you come in. Appreciate you. I know you're at work. So the next thing we're going to try.
Thanks, Michael. Have a good night.
Is this. I picked this up from a store in West Virginia recently. It was what was the name of the Comac? It's called Comac. Comac.
Yeah.
But it has a convenience store and had a liquor store next to it. And the guy that was like the manager, maybe he just worked there, and he said this was his favorite flavored whiskey. And so he convinced me to try it. And it's Jesse James American Outlaw Honey. So that's pretty good. We need to get a little glass of this.
Yes.
Now, this stuff actually tastes like whiskey. So I really like it, but it has that little honey taste to it. So it's actually, if you like whiskey or you like bourbon, you'll really like this because it's I just poured Tina a little bit. Yeah. It's to me, it's I tried it because he was, talking about it so much. I thought, well, I'll just go ahead and try this now before the show. And now when you smell it, Tina, it smells a lot like whiskey, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. I mean, this smells like a real bourbon.
Yeah.
That's what I like it. With Fireball, it's just fire. It's just like you're drinking that candy. And so to me,
there's a Duder. Water, Wilds, and Weeds.
All right. Hey.
Thanks for coming in.
All you've missed.
You just missed a little bit of Fireball.
So now we're trying one. How many of you have ever seen any Jesse James? I see it in West Virginia. I can't remember if it's in Virginia or not. So yeah, I like this stuff. So I've got a little bit more than Tina, but did you try it?
Not yet.
You can smell the honey. And actually, what is cool is because it's like a bourbon, you can actually smell some caramel and some vanilla, and it's very, very sweet.
A hint of that.
But it is very smooth. So if you ever see this, what do you think of that?
It's good. It's good. It's very smooth. To smell it, like you said, it doesn't smell like some of the other flavors that I've tried. It's got more of a whiskey smell, so you can smell those caramel and
yeah.
I'm not sure that I smell honey, but I can taste honey when I sip it. So
yeah, but it's not
interesting.
You know, a bourbon has to be at least 80 proof, so 40% alcohol, and this is only 70 proof, so it would not be considered a bourbon, but it is aged in an oak cask, so that's pretty cool. So that's pretty neat.
It's good.
This is actually good. So if you ever see this, I think you might like it. Has anybody ever seen that?
It's a good sipper.
PJ's asking you, Tina, if it's burning your throat on the way down.
It actually is not like some of the whiskeys. I mean, a lot of the whiskeys do that, but it's not. You can feel a little tiny hint of, the whiskey burn, but it's not.
But to me, it's on the front end.
Yeah.
Not back. I get more of a burn out of the cinnamon almost.
Yeah.
But.
And it may be like slowly trickling down.
Cool.
A little bit of a burn, but you can still sip on it, I think, like a good sipper.
And Dylan says he prefers honey bourbon over Fireball.
Yeah.
What's your favorite honey bourbon there, Dylan?
This is good. I recommend if you like flavors.
This is good.
This is good to try.
Good stuff. So we've got some Jesse, plus it's Jesse James. You gotta love Jesse James. All right, Screwball. She was saying Screwball. So guess what we have? Do you want to do that next? You want to wait a minute? You ready for that already?
Yeah, sure. I need a different glass.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a different glass.
Just for you, Melba.
Screwball. And I would like to try some Jack Daniel's honey for sure. And here's.
Hey, sweet tea. Trisha, how are you?
She's only here for a quick second. All right. Well, we're glad you came in.
Yes, absolutely.
We sure appreciate it.
Always good to see you.
So good to see everybody.
Gonna miss some Screwball and some other flavors. Come back.
So we get another glass.
Yeah.
So let's get these are cool Knob Creek glasses.
We'll have some Screwball and some Knob Creek since Knob Creek doesn't have a flavored whiskey.
And this says it is peanut butter whiskey.
Hey, Tom. There's Tom.
Now, Tina's tried this. I never have.
How are you, Tom? Thank you for coming in.
Hey, Tom.
You just missed a little bit.
Ooh, Jim Beam Black.
Of Fireball, and then we just tried Jesse James American Outlaw honey, which was very good.
How's the Jim Beam Black? I'd like to know because I haven't tried that. I'm just kidding. Here you go.
Melba said she saw a drink where you mixed Screwball and rum chata. Sounded like a PJ drink to me. It does, Melba.
That does sound like a PJ drink. He likes that rum chata.
Yeah,
we do.
I saw that in the ABC store the other day and thought of PJ. Oh,
but what I want to know is this really whiskey?
Huh?
It says whiskey with natural flavors. Okay.
Tom said he had Screwball in Las Vegas. Loved it. Yes. It's just got that good old peanut butter smell.
And PJ says he's got Jack Daniels and Jim Beam apple only, no honey. Well, you have to try to get the honey. I haven't tried the honey flavored Jack Daniels, but
Rum.
we're gonna try Screwball right now. This is the first time I've ever tried Screwball. You have?
I have. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Man,
it smells like
that's
peanut
like
butter.
peanut butter, right? I can't.
Just think of Reese cup. You like Reese cups?
Jim Beam Black. First place I tried it was in Las Vegas. Okay.
Sweet Tea's drinking Crown Royal and ginger ale. Stay tuned.
There's Matt
Sweet
Wilson.
Tea.
Hey, Matt Wilson, how are you tonight? Good to see you.
Hey, Matt. Thank you for coming in.
Yeah, thanks.
So far, we've tried Fireball, which everybody has tried, and then the Jesse James American Outlaw Honey, and now we're trying some Screwball.
All right, I hadn't tasted it yet.
It's good. I like it.
I don't know. I can't.
Oh, it's good. Good.
Yeah, I can't do. I mean, it's like yeah. I'm with you, PJ. I can't do the peanut butter in my whiskey. So you'd
rather, if you're a peanut butter fan, you're saying you'd rather, and PJ would rather eat the peanut butter than drink the peanut butter.
Yeah,
you got to think of it like
way. That's just
like a Dairy Queen Blizzard or a milkshake.
I don't like the way it smells. Ugh, I don't like the way it tastes. I don't like that. Tina likes it.
I like it.
It's not for me.
I like it.
So it's just, yeah. I like Reese's. I love Reese peanut butter cups. Now I could probably drink some whiskey and have a Reese's cup, maybe.
That's what I told him when he was about to drink it. I'm like, just try to just remember Reese's peanut butter cups.
But see, now it's like I'm going back to
sweet.
Jesse James. I just like Jesse James. He's an outlaw. So I like Jesse James. I'm gonna have some more Jesse James. American Outlaw Honey. I gotta get that peanut butter out of my mouth. Actually, I'm gonna go rinse this cup out.
Oh, Matt is doing good. He's drinking a pina colada at Margaritaville Resort in Orlando.
Oh, wow. You can't beat that.
That's just about heaven, isn't it?
And Melba likes the Screwball too. She says she likes Screwball. So that
Melba, we'll drink Screwball together at some point.
You go rinse this out?
Yeah.
Talk to him, honey.
Anyway, I like it. It's pretty good. If I'm going to sip on a whiskey, for me, I think I need flavor. It just kind of helps. But PJ told you to do a Fireball rinse. Does anybody else like? Tom likes it. Melba likes it. Who else likes Screwball?
People,
yeah. We can do flavors, Melba.
Well, it's just that I like my whiskey. What's a Fireball rinse?
He just said, like, I guess do a shot so you can rinse the peanut butter out. I'm assuming.
I did an American Outlaw Jesse James rinse. Full disclosure, I'm not a whiskey person, so yes, it needs some. So yeah. So to me, if it like, I like Fireball. I like cinnamon anyway. So yeah, I guess Melba says I'm a purist. To a sense, I do want to taste that whiskey. I want I want the flavor to be in with the whiskey and not just taste the peanut butter. It tastes just like peanut butter a lot. So I don't know. It's just
it does.
weird. But it was a shock to my tongue. Yeah.
You just weren't ready for it.
Yeah, PJ says take a shot of Fireball and rinse the peanut butter out. Well, I did with American Honey. That did kind of rinse the peanut butter out, but I'll just put a little drip of this.
I have some water. Did you get you some water?
Fireball. I told Tina to put 2 shirts on tonight because if she starts drinking, then we don't know what's going to come off. So she's got like lots of protection. So now we're going to vote.
Okay.
Which one?
Trisha. Here we go, sweet tea. She said she was drinking Crown Royal and ginger ale tonight.
Ooh, Crown Royal and ginger ale. That sounds good.
Uh-huh.
So PJ asked a good question. Honestly, I prefer it straight, which they would call neat. If you ever hear, this is like a whiskey language. So if you ever hear anybody talking about neat when they're talking about whiskey, that just means it's straight pour. And then what PJ's saying on the rocks, that means it's with ice. So sometimes, like if the proof might be 120 or something, I'll just put maybe an ice cube in it, and that'll lighten the proof of the whiskey a little bit. But I've gotten to where since I've been on this journey of, learning to taste whiskeys and things, I've kind of gotten where I like the higher proofs now. So,
hey, Michelle. Thanks for coming in.
Appreciate that question. That was a good question.
See you in here.
So
good to see you.
Who's here?
Michelle.
Hey, Michelle's here.
And I am trying to catch up on all of your videos. That girl is putting out some videos.
Yeah, she is.
And congratulations on your 1,000. Of course, I know that was a little while back.
Awesome. And look, there's Joe.
But man, doing a great job.
Joe and Michelle.
Hey, Joe.
You guys are
you
awesome.
You too. Congrats to you on 1K. That is
congrats
awesome
to both of you guys.
Both of you.
Awesome. And I've always said both of them were outstanding. And,
yes.
And Joe is a photographer, so he had an advantage over all of us. But his videos are very cinematic. I mean,
they're excellent.
Yeah, excellent. So what we're going to do right now, of course, everybody here, PJ thrills me with his intros and stuff. His use of technology is really good. Mm-hmm. We're going to vote on peach or caramel. Which one? This is the caramel, salted caramel, and peach.
I think PJ already voted salted caramel. What does anybody else say?
Salted caramel.
Which one first? You're
pasta.
Welcome, Joe.
Nobody cares. Okay. So these have not been opened. There's Michelle says salted caramels. All right, we're gonna try that next. All right, we're gonna do that.
We got winner. Chicken
we got
dinner.
2 votes. And this is
and Joe said salted caramel too.
This is my favorite part since I get to use my bear knife.
And Dylan.
So.
Oh boy. He leaves them unopened just so he can use his bear knife.
And that's what we're going to do. Matt says, when are we going back to Vegas? So, Matt, we have reservations in Las Vegas on December 26th, and we'll be leaving on the 31st. And we're going to make a road trip out of it. We're going to leave and we're going to drive. We're not flying. So we're going to make a road trip, try to stop. Well, most of you just be driving. But we'll stop.
See the scene.
See a few things.
Kids. Yep. Get in.
So it'll be cool because we gotta hurry to get out there. I hate flying, so we're just gonna be there. We're gonna stay at the Venetian.
Yeah.
Of course, let's hope our plans don't change, but that's our plans right now. Venetian on the 26th, and then we'll switch over to New York. So
Yeah, for the last 2 nights.
Yep. So let me smell this salted caramel.
Neat, please. No ice, Trisha said.
Exactly. See, she knows what's up. Neat, no ice.
Gord said he wants to know if this show is just simply for you to get me drunk on a Saturday night.
Yes, it is, Gord. So if you have this in Canada, you should be able to find it. But let me tell you what, I had to order these. These are not in any store in Virginia or West Virginia. I had to actually order them.
They have what, apple, green apple or something?
Mm-hmm.
What is the other? They've got regular, but
vanilla.
Yeah.
So
those are the common ones here.
Now that's just, I better get a little bit more. So, man, you can smell that caramel. Woo! So,
oh, I like that. Salted caramel.
Yeah, Gord, we're trying to get Tina drunk so she can lose one of her shirts at least.
Not.
She's not going to do it. Yeah, it is a long drive. So
very long.
Myrtle Beach. Matt, do you live in Myrtle Beach? So, and PJ's done Virginia to Vegas. Yes, that's where we're coming. We're going Virginia to Vegas. The best route, actually, PJ, is probably to try to stay away from 40 and go 70.
I just saw Kissy Kat. Thanks for coming in.
My new love is Kissy Kat. I haven't met her. I don't really. I've seen briefly on some of the videos, but she's something else. So
yes.
If you guys haven't subscribed to her,
funny.
Let's get her to 1,000 somehow. We'll get her there.
Yes.
She does some great stuff.
Yes.
So we appreciate her. 5 hours shorter. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Guys, I'm gonna pause right now because I want to tell you I don't want to get everybody in a sad mood, but we got a few people in here, and I wanted to tell you a story. You know, I was in education for a long time, and one of my mentors just passed away. Is a gentleman named George Miller. Actually, everybody called him Killer Miller. And he was an icon in Roanoke. And I'm going to share my screen with you so you can see a little article on Coach Miller. And I'll show you this right here. Oh, it's a little video. So watch this video. This is cool video on Coach Miller. Can you hear me now? Sorry about that. So I was saying that Coach Miller, I worked in Roanoke City at William Fleming High School for like 7 years. And during that time, can you hear me now?
Michelle said yes.
Okay, good. And during that time, Coach Miller, he was one of the administrators. He had coached for years and then he became administrator. But I'll tell you that man was like the rock in that school. And so he was amazing. I'll tell you a really quick story about him. I was standing in the hallway talking to him, and Coach Miller, he saw a kid that he'd been kind of looking for him. He hollers at him, said, come here, come into my office. And he said, come on in, Coach Raines, because I coached basketball for years. So I went in the office with Coach Miller, and Coach Miller was talking to the kid, and the kid smarted off at him. And Coach Miller, who is a black belt in like 3 different karates, he was a sharpshooter, he's everything. He puts one finger in this kid's chest, and he goes, "You ain't talking to me like that." And that kid, he put it right here in his chest, and the kid fell back, and he's like, "I'm telling my dad." He said, "Well, you need to go on and tell your dad that you ain't going to talk to me like that." But this is like a long story, but anyway. So the kid was already in trouble, and Coach Miller was looking for him anyway. So anyway, he said, "You go home. When you go home tonight, you bring your dad up here." And so when he come up there, in the next morning, I was standing out talking to Coach Miller, and the kid comes by, and so the kid walks by and he has his head down, and Coach Miller says, "Hey, come here. And the kid walks up and he goes, yes, sir, Coach Miller." And he said, Coach Miller said, "So what'd your dad say?" "Well, Dad said he ain't coming up there, because if I do, he's going to put me in a locker and shut it. And then he'll put me," and he said to the dad, he said, "he'll put me in a locker beside of you." So that was when we had this dude was the rock. He kept that school in line. So he's just a great guy. He was wonderful. So anyway, back to salted caramel whiskey. But I had to share that with you about Coach Miller.
Yeah.
He's been on my mind.
He meant a lot to this whole community.
Yeah.
Very loved. Very loved.
Yeah. So
here we go. Cheers.
Salted caramel.
Killer Miller. And Gord said, "Oh, no ghost stories, but yet we're talking about Killer Miller." that was a while ago.
He was scarier. That is actually good. That is good. I like that. It is 35% alcohol, like the Jesse James.
That is good. Smooth and just a light flavor, not heavy.
But it's
not
almost
heavy caramel, but I like it.
It's almost to the point of peanut butter.
Yeah. Now, maybe a hint, but more of the caramel I can definitely taste.
Yeah, it is sad. Kissy Kat. Coach Miller is a great man. He had my back on many occasions. Such a good man. I also learned a lot from him. Just from, I became an administrator. Mm-hmm. And so I wanted to model Coach Miller, because he was about helping the kids out. Sometimes he took them under their shoulder. He got tons of kids scholarships, and then sometimes it's tough love. So, but they all knew
Kissy
that he
Kat
loved them.
Said this is like cake. Yeah. It's cake night on Whiskey Talks with Walt. It's cake night.
And thanks to that, Trisha, appreciate it. It is cake night.
Okay, so is it peach time right after salted caramel?
Gord says, how long will that bottle last? Far as the salted caramel, I'll probably never have another drink. Tina, on the other hand, and my daughter, if we go to the beach, that'll be gone.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a
there's
good-
always good teachers like that. So
that the flavors are good for like holidays too. I think it's a great
Right.
time of year for whiskey in general, but
Yeah.
especially flavors. I think.
This is okay. I probably never drink it again though. Salted caramel. But PJ's right. The alcohol is lower because if it was 40 or higher, then you're just going to taste more of the bourbon flavors and not the flavor of the peach. So we're going to try peach now. I got to open this up.
Yes, Gord, that is correct. It would be good in coffee or hot chocolate. Mm-hmm.
Good point.
Yes.
Good point. I get to use my knife again. So that's always cool. You get to use your knife.
And Duder said that's what they get in their stockings in up in Canada. Crown.
Oh, really?
Crown.
No doubt.
It's awesome.
That is awesome.
And Kissy Kat, get the little airline bottles. She can make your little
Christmas wreaths
or
out of
you can watch her video and find out how to make a glitter whiskey bottle and make them into ornaments and put them on a wreath or the tree or that was such a cute idea.
I'm trying to show this one. Okay, there we go. She's ready for the peach now.
All right.
Now peach is very popular. I guess that's why you can't get it.
Mm-hmm.
Woo.
Is this
Man,
the one
that smells just like a Georgia peach.
Is this
Man,
the one that
I
we tried with
oh my goodness.
with Carrie?
You want me to just pour some?
Yeah.
No, she had peach brandy. She did have some of this.
Crown Royal
Crown
peach.
Now, see, you used to get this all the time.
We had this at a concert with a friend one time. Gord said we get Brute 33 cologne, socks, Thrills gum, and a bottle of Crown in our stocking, Duder.
I get High Karate. Y'all remember anybody old enough besides PJ to remember High Karate cologne? Remember those old commercials? Let's see. Peach.
I don't know.
When I smell it,
I can smell.
I can't smell any whiskey. I just smell peach.
I can smell the peach.
I'm trying to get some.
Did anybody say already? PJ, have you tried this? Oh no, he said, I bet it has a very strong peach. Has anyone tried it?
Let's try.
Smells really good.
I'm gonna tell you right now, you can get in trouble drinking that.
That is good.
That is. It smells more peachy, but when I drink it, I'm getting more like vanilla with caramel and a little fruit in there. It's not an overwhelming peach taste, though.
Yeah.
It smells just like peach, but it's not an overwhelming peach taste.
Sweet Tea says she remembers that karate.
High Karate. I had to get that when I was like 14 or 15. I can't remember. High Karate.
Kissy Kat. I like Old Spice, she said.
Hey, anybody remember what the cologne was that Joe Namath used to? It might have been Brute, mightn't it? I don't remember. Joe Namath used to do a cologne commercial or something. Or did he do that shampoo? Gee, your hair smells terrific.
I think he did.
Yeah.
Kia-Belle, it's really good. It It is good.
This is very good.
This is even though I like salted caramel.
This caramel's not.
I'm liking this.
These are my two favorites so far.
This peach is really good.
This peach is really good. I really like the honey. He's not had the.
Joe Namath did Brute.
Brute. Yeah, right. Okay. I was wondering. So I'll share with you guys something cool. Right after we eat Thanksgiving, which we're going to eat early on Thursday, Tina and I are heading to Kentucky, and we're going to go on the Kentucky Bourbon Trail. Now, there's I guess there's probably, 30 distilleries in Kentucky. So you could spend weeks, going to all of them. But what we're going to do is we're going to Maker's Mark. We're going to Woodford Reserve. We're going to Wild Turkey and Four Roses. So that's going to be, I'm going to type those on. We're going to Maker's Mark. So those are that's the four we're going to do. Maker's Mark, Woodford Reserve, Wild Turkey, and Four Roses. That's four big hitters in bourbon. So I'm really excited about that to get to do that tour. So we'll be going up to basically just outside of Lexington. Now, and these distilleries are there. There's more that are south. One of the ones I want to go to is Buffalo Trace, which we'll do, but they are booked out for months.
Can't even get a spot.
Can't even book. So there's some others I want to go to. Old Forester, that's my favorite. Probably my two favorite whiskeys are Old Forester and Buffalo Trace. So those distilleries. So
Joe said he had to Google high karate. Those commercials.
Yeah, those commercials are awesome. High karate. That was great stuff right there.
Yeah, we're looking forward to the Kentucky trip. That's going to be
We'll
fun.
record whenever we can.
There will be videos.
There's going to be a lot of, we're going to do many videos if we can. And also, there's some really cool whiskey bars there with food and stuff like that. So we're really looking forward to this. So
that's part of the trip.
It is.
Hey, Alan.
That is true. Look at this.
Alan's in here. Hey, Alan at Las Vegas and beyond. How are you, buddy?
Alan. I was going to talk about this later.
High karate and brute, Michael. I'm in the 70s.
So this is what PJ's talking about. That. So what they do with these bottles, they stick them in that wax and they come out like this on the top.
They're so cool. So can't wait to watch that. Hopefully we get to see that.
Yeah, and the thing is about now this is a store pick. And I got this store pick. This was actually a Virginia ABC store. So actually what happens is somebody from the representative for Virginia ABC store goes to Maker's Mark Distillery. They pick out a barrel and they may try several barrels and they'll say, hey, we want this one. and it's from one barrel. And so they bottle up bottles from that one barrel. So I'm going to be doing, this hasn't been opened. I'm going to do an upcoming video of the store pick. So if you ever hear anybody say, hey, I got a store pick, that's what they're talking about. The store picked a barrel and then they bottled it, like Maker's Mark bottled it just for that store. So
good night, Joe. Thank you for coming in. Hope you have a great
he will be missed. Good night, Joe. But I'm glad you're here. So we lost Joe, but we gained Alan. So that's pretty daggone cool.
They tagged out.
Yeah. And this is the one I'm most excited to try. So we're going to do a video on these store picks. I got this store pick from CJ's in West Virginia. It's in Beckley. And as you can see, that little tag says it was the 2020 whiskey of the year. But this is out of one single barrel. It's 121 proof. So that means it's 60.5% alcohol. I cannot wait to try that. So I'm going to try that on a video. So stay tuned. So.
All right.
Back to.
Peach was delicious.
We have another salted caramel.
That's correct. Oh.
We've got like 4 more maybe to go. Yeah, 121 proof is pretty hefty, Alan. A lot of people will use that mostly as a mixer so that you can sort of taste the whiskey, but it's tough to drink neat unless you just really like it. So the one I've had some 120s that were actually pretty good, but a lot of time you just get heat from it. I took Joe was joking, or was he? What was Joe joking about?
Are you leaving? You're not leaving, Joe. You're staying. I thought he said he was out.
Oh.
I hope he's staying.
Is Joe still here?
Anyway, this is, of course, Old Smokey whiskey. And, of course, it's in the Old Smoky Mountains, Gatlinburg, Tennessee, one of our favorite places in the whole wide world. And
it is.
We have tried this before, and Andy and Simone actually tried it with us first. And if you can believe it, Andy Goodspeed actually liked it.
He liked it.
And Simone loved it. So we're going to give this a try.
So I'm anxious
and
to
kind
see
of compare it to the Crown.
If it's better than this.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yes, Gatlinburg, Kia-Belle.
Kissy Kat likes Alan's mean. So yeah. Alan don't mess around. He's the man.
Yeah, you can drink it on ice, but it's been chilled, so it's good. All of our flavored ones tonight have been chilled, so they're much better that way. The flavor ones.
Let's try. You want to do a shot of this?
No, I want to do a sip.
You want a glass?
Yeah, I'm just.
We're running out of glasses.
I'm doing it in this.
Oh, I'm gonna do it on a Bigfoot glass. Yeah, Trish, you're probably right. With 121, you're gonna need ice.
What does my shirt say?
Well, let's take this down. You have to move this.
Gordon, my shirt says, "Don't worry, I've had my 2 shots.
Had both my shots.
Have both my shots." Shot number 1, shot number 2.
And I have my Deadwood shirt on, which is one of my favorite places in the world. Which, if you haven't seen my Deadwood videos, go watch. I love them.
Yeah.
So I think I put it up as my feature video. I think that's one of the best. And then I even put up an extended version that I had on Patreon for a while. And then I just put it up on on YouTube. It's 55 minutes long. So if you're bored,
Yeah.
you can watch that.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to compare these. Of course, we've had a couple other flavors.
Alan and Gord like my shirt. Walt ordered that for me.
Yeah.
When I got it out of the package, I was like, what in the world? I was like, oh, that's going to be a whiskey
All right, we're trying
video shirt.
Old Smokey Tennessee whiskey.
Yeah, salty caramel.
It smells
Salty
very similar to the Crown Royal caramel.
This one to me has like a little bit of a richer color.
This is better.
And a richer smell.
And I like it better. I'm not overwhelmed. I mean, that was, to me, was almost like the peanut butter. What do you think? What's this?
I love this. I mean, I already loved it because I've had it before, but they're very similar though. Very similar to the salted caramel Crown and the salty caramel Old Smoky. Very, very, very similar.
Tina's scared face. Tina does put some scared faces up.
What?
Especially when she's around me. Here's some. Have you tried the 114 old granddad 114 proof? That's
that is not a flavored whiskey.
That's not flavored whiskey. Guys, let me tell you something. This stuff right here is for real. This is really good whiskey. 114 old granddad. That's great. Great mixer. So anyway,
Thanks, Trisha and Gord. They like my t-shirt.
Sweet ass shirt, Tina. Tina has on leggings, which she never wears. She ain't gonna show them.
Can I get my legs in the camera?
He can stand up. No, don't. There's several old granddads. The 114 is my favorite because it's got a little bit more heat to it. Tribble says you need to change to the 2 shots to 6 for tonight. Yeah. Had a lot of shots tonight. So
I'm just gonna keep getting my shots.
This is not bad. This salt. So guys, if you ever get a chance to try the Old Smoky, if y'all ever seen that in stores, because this is made in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and
I know they ship it around. Like I've seen it in other states, of course, here that we can get it in Virginia.
Tina, you getting glassy eyed?
No, why? Who says I am?
Is Tina getting glassy?
Tina is getting glassy eyed. Am I, Trisha? Okay, where's my shades? Let me put my shades on.
That way nobody knows.
This is how you.
So to me, I like the salted caramel, and I'm saving the best for last. What else we got left? Oh, we got to try the.
These two. These are the last two.
All right.
I need a new glass. Apparently,
Let's
I can't drink anymore.
Pull that one up. These are the last two. This is sarsaparilla, and this is root beer. And Alan rarely drinks, but so I'm really appreciative for him dropping in.
Yeah.
And Gord doesn't drink very much, do you, Gord?
I'm calling the clinic tomorrow to ask for the Old Smoky booster.
Need booster. Shot number 3. We got to get the booster.
That's hilarious. That's what
Tina's
I'm
all
going to say.
Shot up.
Yeah, that's right. I'm going to say,
shot up.
I'll be like, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. I've had my booster.
And Gord says, I'm calling Clint to ask.
I'm going to take it to work with me and say, yes, ma'am. I've had my booster. Thank you.
Alan says he would try the root beer. And I've never tried this, Alan, so we're going to try it right now.
And that's
Old Smoky.
That's Old Smoky. And then you were saying that the Jeremiah weed.
It's sarsaparilla.
Yeah.
This is, to me, the best flavored whiskey that I've ever had. It's just amazing.
Am I not allowed to have one of these?
Oh, wow. We're going to bring the Glencairns out.
Yeah. I need a fresh glass.
These are called Glencairn Glasses. These kind of glasses are supposed to be the best that you can smell whiskey. That's what they say. But it doesn't really matter too much. Now I've got to get... Wow, this has got a...
Yeah, I'm interested to taste this. I know what this is and I like it. Or I know what that tastes like and I do like it. And it does remind me of root beer.
This major operation. So I'm operating on the Old Smokey caramel. There we go. It doesn't want to come off. It is a screw top, but there we go. The funny thing about all of these flavors, did you notice there's not one single cork? We need some steak and potatoes. You know what, Trish? We always need steak and potato. What's on the glass behind you by the buffalo? Let's see. Oh, is this what you mean? That'd be a Cherokee. This is a really artist is Tracy Rabbit. She does a really good job. She does a lot
of stuff in Gatlinburg.
Yeah, she lives in Gatlinburg, Native American. And then this is the Buffalo. She did this too. Mm-hmm. This was Bill Rabbit.
And don't they carry it in that store that we like?
Yes.
Yeah.
Silver Galleon.
The Silver Galleon. That's a little shop that one of our favorites in Gatlinburg that we go to. And they have a couple of different artists that they feature, some pottery and ceramics and artwork from.
So I know Kia. How many of you guys go to Gatlinburg? Have ever been to Gatlinburg?
Kia-Belle. Michelle, I don't know if she's in here anymore, but she said she's told us that she has been there, but not since she was younger. Mm-hmm. So,
and so if you ever go to Gatlinburg, if you go down towards Howard's Steaks, which we did a video on Howard's, and that is an amazing steak. Amazing steak.
Yeah.
And
very good place.
So right across the street is the Silver Galleon, and it's also where you go up to what do they call it? Ober Gatlinburg. So.
Kia-Belle. Yeah. It's my annual trip. Yeah. We try to get down there. I mean, it's pretty close for us, like you, Kia-Belle. Mm-hmm. We actually go down there a few times a year. Most of the time, sometimes in the spring, of course, maybe even a couple times in the summer, and this time of year in the fall. And then we went early fall, and then we're going back here very soon. We like to do our Christmas shopping down there as well.
Yes. So. The one thing about the root beer.
Ooh, smells just
man,
like
it
a
smells
root beer.
Really good. Alan, you'd like this.
Like a root beer.
There are towns east of the Mississippi. Yes, there's Hey, once you get
Who
past
has
now, let me tell you something. Once you get past the east of Mississippi, it's like one big town. Yeah, I mean, it's like, God. When I drove home on Route 40, soon as I hit Tennessee, man, it was that traffic is just maddening on 40. But
It's like watching a trail of ants.
Of course, there's a lot of beautiful
remote.
Yeah, remote places that you can go where the Bigfoot are and things like that. So they're out there. So, but let's
our little town where we live. Of course, PJ's probably familiar, but PJ lives in a much bigger city. Is very quaint. I mean, it's not overcrowded and very peaceful place to live.
Well, Kentucky is considered a southern state, and that's the home of bourbon. So yes, but there's also bourbons from Texas. They have their own bourbons. Tennessee makes bourbon, but they actually call it Tennessee whiskey, like Jack Daniels.
What do you think?
Some other place. This is pretty good.
Yeah.
So there's whiskey.
Pretty good.
And that's a good question, Kissy Kat, because actually I'm going to do a video on some Western.
It is South
bourbons, like Yellowstone is out west, and the High West and Redwood Empire. There's some really good bourbons that are made out west.
Is Gatlinburg north or south of the Mason-Dixon line?
It is north of the Mason-Dixon line, which I guess the Mason-Dixon line is what, at the bottom of Georgia?
It's in Georgia, isn't it?
I'd have to Google the Mason-Dixon
Kissy Kat,
line.
do you know?
Yeah, so Kissy Kat, you're from
Texas,
right? There are some bourbons, some Texas bourbons. So I've only had maybe one or two. I can't even remember the names.
Hey, Blair G. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
Good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
And
this is pretty good.
Kia-Belle, I don't know if there's any Georgia whiskey distilleries. You'd have to, if there is, I'll come visit.
Yeah.
There's Virginia has many distilleries, and I did a live on Virginia whiskey. And then, of course, Kentucky is the home of bourbon. That's where, and a lot of people say that one of the reasons that the bourbon in Kentucky is so good is because of the water.
That's interesting.
And then they age. That's what a lot of people say. It's from the water that comes in that area. So, cool. Especially around Lexington, Louisville, you've got the Daniel Boone National Forest.
Is the water so good because they have great rivers, streams, things like that?
There's a lot of snow runoff and all that.
Cool.
So did we already say hi to Blair G?
Yep, I said hi. You need to say
Yep. Hey, Blair G. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for everybody for coming in. I don't care if it's for 5 seconds or 5 minutes. And some of y'all been here since the get-go, and we appreciate it.
Thank y'all so much. This is pretty good.
Mason-Dixon actually separates Kentucky from Virginia. Okay, cool.
That's what I thought. So
I don't know exactly. I'll have to see where
Gatlinburg,
Mason-Dixon line is.
I'm not sure where Gatlinburg falls in that category because it probably kind of crosses right at it.
Kissy Kat says you're a teacher. Well, I'm sort of a teacher. I just love history, and I taught English for a long time. So this is good, history. But now
PJ said it's a long line.
It is. My dad was a teacher.
And an administrator.
And my grandfather was a teacher and administrator.
And one of your brothers was a teacher.
And my aunt.
And your sister was a teacher.
And what he said, the long line was the Mason-Dixon line.
Yeah.
But there's a long line of teachers in my family too. So a huge line, Maryland, Delaware, Missouri. Huh. Okay, cool. So
Kissy Kat, were you Tina's teacher?
Actually, I never had her in class, but when I was she was in the school when I first came to the school, one of the schools, and then it was like I don't know, she went to college, got married, and then we met. That's a good story.
Yeah.
Y'all don't want to hear that.
Sometime we'll tell that.
I'll tell you that story.
Not today.
If we get like you know, a bunch of hands saying, we want to hear the story.
Yeah, not today.
I'll tell it today.
Were you Tina's teacher?
Las Vegas and beyond, when I see you next year, I have something for you too. What? Okay, cool. He's going to bring something to Alan. Canadian.
Next year. Yeah, right.
So, but I knew Tina, but you know, Tina was pretty.
Kissy Kat, keep drinking.
Keep drinking. We're gonna try the final Jeremiah weed.
So here we go.
And I'm gonna put that. It needs. Oh, I'm gonna break out.
Got to clean my palate for that.
Yeah, I agree. Feel like I need a whiskey. Yes, you do need a whiskey. You always need a whiskey. I'm drinking beer, but I feel like I need a whiskey. You know, one of the reasons I kind of got into whiskey is because beer really hurts my stomach now because I'm of all the wheat and the barley and all that kind of stuff. So that kind of hurts my stomach. Bourbon is made out of 51% corn, which doesn't hurt my stomach. Corn does not hurt my stomach. It's mostly the wheat and stuff like that. So that's why I quit. And every time I would drink beer, I just felt bloated. My stomach would hurt the next day. So I just don't drink much beer.
Yes, Alan. We had talked about that earlier. Alan wants to know, have we decided when we're coming back to Vegas? You can let him know.
We're going to come back to Vegas December 26th.
So we will be there very soon now. The countdown is on. And we're actually going to, Alan, if you missed it, we're going to road trip from Virginia.
Now, I will say, get rid of this root beer. That's pretty good. Root beer is good.
Yep.
But
that was good.
Now, my son just got married. I did a video. You can watch the video on Patreon if you're a Patreon member. And that's a great wedding. I know some of y'all seen it. Kia-Belle, she's still here?
Yeah, she's here.
And it's a beautiful wedding.
Wrestling Ernest Hemingway.
Well,
how do you
man,
do?
I haven't seen him in a while. Let's see what he has to say. The only thing I know about whiskey is the 4 double shots knocked me out and threw me for a loop once in Vegas, and Van Halen's song "Take Your Whiskey Home." Otherwise, just stopped in and say hi. Well, I'm glad to see you because I haven't seen you in a while.
Great to see you.
What I was saying was, I took this bottle of, not this bottle, a brand new bottle of Jeremiah weed to my son's wedding just to show his wife's family. There was only about this much left when we got home. People love this stuff. Now, it's similar. Yeah. It does have a whiskey taste, but it also has that sarsaparilla, almost like a root beer.
Yeah.
So
a good bit of difference from the
not a whole lot. Did
Old
you taste
Smoky.
it? It's so good.
Yeah.
It's just
really good.
like the root beer is good. It tastes like root beer, but the Jeremiah Weed is root beer with you got the spices in there, and
if you want to try a flavored whiskey,
a delicious libation of whiskey spices.
You don't care for anything else. I'd say that's one to put on your list to try if you can find it. I know that Keno Kid said he had been looking for it for a bit, but he had never found it yet. So it may be harder to find in some places. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But
the wedding was cool. I'm glad you caught that, Kissy Kat.
Yeah,
it was a cool wedding.
Take it down.
Ernest Hemingway said the whiskey leaves him with the sore throat. And Trisha, I hate we're going to miss you. What are you coming in the week before, the week after? But we're going to be in. Did we ever ask her Alan's question totally?
Yeah.
Alan, we're coming in on the 26th. We're staying at the Venetian for 3 days. And then we're going to move to New York for a couple of days. So one thing we want to do is go to Death Valley. So, and I think we talked on the phone about that. So hopefully you can join us on that. So to me, the winner's this.
There were several that I liked. Even the Jesse James honey. That was really good too.
That's my second.
But I enjoyed all of these tonight. There wasn't one that I didn't like.
Yeah.
Which is unusual because
I didn't like the peanut butter.
The screwball.
I don't like the screwball, and I don't really care for the salted caramel. And should we do this tonight?
No. No, it's not a flavored whiskey.
It is a flavored whiskey.
We're not doing that. That's a special one. Don't do it. I'm not doing it.
Tina's not doing it. She's done.
This is the end of my flavored whiskey tour.
All right, I'll do this on another night. So you have to. It's called.
Save that. That's a special one.
It's called Handy and Schiller's. It's got Buffalo Trace whiskey. It's like an old-fashioned cocktail already made. So
what did
PJ says, "What are we driving there? We're going to drive our 4Runner. I'm not going to take my Jeep. I've kind of retired my Jeep, except my son now has been driving my Jeep. He takes it up on the Parkway and some other places. So, so we retired my Jeep pretty much. It's got 413,000 miles.
Yeah, it's retired."
And Ernest Hemingway said he had a sweet tea smash once that was more tea than whiskey, and I enjoyed that very much. Yep. So you might really like Jeremiah Weed. This stuff is really good, guys. Jeremiah Weed, try that.
Oh, Alan said Chris and Catherine will be there then too. That's cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Very cool.
Maybe we can meet them.
We can actually meet
them. We can
them.
all go to dinner or something.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Really nice.
That would be fun. That would be good. So, all right, Alan, that's your job. Get us all hooked up together. And also, Alan, we got to go to Death Valley if you want to do that. I know we'd have to get up early, leave, get there, take about 2.5 hours, and then come back. We can do some cool places there. So. Because I want Tina to see it. That's one of the most beautiful places in the world. people ask me of all the travels. I mean,
Good night, sweetie.
obviously, Yosemite is one of the most beautiful places, but it's so crowded anymore. Death Valley is amazing. Of course, Big Bend's amazing. And the Grand Canyon is.
Yeah.
But I love Death Valley. It's just, it's so neat. Awesome. When are you going to Death Valley? Oh, I'm down to go to Death Valley. I thought he was planning.
Yeah.
We got to do it.
Yes.
Wintertime is a good time to go too because it's, it's not so hot.
It's not 137 degrees there. It might be 37 degrees though.
Great question. PJ says, have you had the Frank Sinatra Select? I have been trying to find that. It is hard to find.
He has. So he's been on the lookout.
If you find one, I'll pay you for it if you see it. But I have not been able to find it. I would love to try that. I love Frank Sinatra anyway because I just love that era. So, oops, what did I do? All right. So, guys, we'll wrap it up. We've been going, y'all, and I sure do appreciate everybody coming in.
Yes, thank y'all.
I
hope y'all enjoyed this little whiskey, flavored whiskey talk.
By far, Jeremiah Weed.
Yeah.
My best.
And then,
of course, you can't go wrong with Fireball. If you just want something flavored and you want to get, that's what people do. They get like them 10 packs and they'll just drink them all. Like,
don't forget to leave us a thumbs up for hanging with us tonight. That thumbs up will be for you guys for hanging with us.
Yes.
And watching us whiskey.
And also don't forget to subscribe to Kissy Kat and PJ Slots and
Las Vegas and beyond.
Even though he really doesn't need it. He's got like 10,000.
He does.
So he's getting there. Yeah. Subscribe me. I'm sure everybody
straight out of Vegas Best Ideas.
Yeah. Joe, straight out of Vegas.
Water Wilds and Weeds.
I thought Joe left. Joe's still here?
Yeah, he's still here.
Thanks for being here, Joe. I love Joe. That was so much fun. Subscribe to Kia-Belle. Kia-Belle, how many do you have going now? How many subscribers? And there's Tamara and Gord, Vegas Best Ideas.
Thank you, Gord.
We try.
You are too. Y'all are great.
Y'all are the leaders of the community, Gord. Keeping everybody together.
Yep.
So, Joe, we love you. So, plan to go to Death Valley with me and Alan if he'll let you.
Yeah.
So,
yes, come with us, Joe. Come with us.
We'd love it.
Good seeing you too, Wrestling Ernest Hemingway.
I'm gonna crash the VCC. I'm gonna change this to the Virginia CC.
we want to be the what is it? Honorary members?
Yeah,
can we be honorary members of the VCC? Something. Let's see. What else could we call it?
I don't know.
VCC grouroupies.
Yeah. See, there's the only me and PJ is gonna have to start our own VC at VCC.
Yeah.
Me and PJ. Of course, we got to get together and do more. We got to get together and do some vlogging. I haven't met PJ yet.
We can't wait to hang out with you too, Kia-Belle. I hope we can plan something in the near future. That'd be awesome.
And thanks for coming in, Wrestling Ernest Hemingway. It's great to see you. I think I've missed you.
Thank you, Kissy Kat. Subscribe to Kissy Kat too.
And we love Kia-Belle and subscribe to. We already said subscribe to Kissy Kat.
Did we? Yes. Well, subscribe again.
We love her, so that's good. Who else are we missing? All you guys are awesome. Anybody that tolerates me has got to be pretty awesome. Alan's tolerated me.
I'm pretty awesome.
Of all the, since I moved back to Virginia, I will go back and look at some of the ventures Alan and I had. And it's so cool. We did some great stuff, and I miss that a lot. I miss Alan a
Mhm.
lot, and I miss going on those adventures. So that was really, really cool. And last time we were there, we didn't get to see Alan, did we?
Yeah, we did.
Didn't we?
Yeah, we had dinner with him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Lunch
And
with
Dale.
him. And
Yeah, Dale and
Paula.
Paula. Yes. So we did, and I'm so glad Alan got to meet
yeah.
Tina.
Yes,
That was awesome.
But
no
also
adventures.
we hung out with him and Joe and Mark at Maggiano's.
Oh yeah, Maggiano's, exactly.
They
we
got
to see Alan a lot.
we pooped out on Resorts World night because I had been up for 24 hours.
Oh no, we were so tired.
And I was like exhausted. But they stuck it out and went to it.
Oh, they made some good videos of that.
Yes.
Resorts World. So we'll have to go check it out. We'll have to check out Resorts World. We didn't get inside. Mark the other me, if he got inside, and I guess Alan followed him, and so did Joe. And Joe was so tired, but he still managed to get in there, I think, didn't he? So
yes, he did.
That was
yes,
awesome.
He waited on Ted and Michelle, and they all went in together, and they spent hours in there and made some great footage, great videos. Yeah. Wrestling Ernest Hemingway said, one day we'll have to meet up near Big Bear Lake and spend a night looking for Bigfoot.
Amen to that. And yes, Alan, I love our adventures, and we'll do more. And definitely want to do more adventures with Alan. We got to do something. Maybe we'll bring Alan to look for some Bigfoot with Ernest Hemingway.
Wrestling Ernest Hemingway.
One day we need to meet up in Holcomb Valley near Big Bear. You know what? I've been to Bear Lake and spend a night looking for Bigfoot and put out Bigfoot yells on a loudspeaker. That's right. That's great stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, I tell you what, and Alan can attest to that, and Joe.
Joe said Alan and Mark ditched him. I know. We were with you when they ditched us. We were just kind of wandering around outside like la 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 la.
Yeah. Well, actually, I didn't want to get in that scene, and Mark and Alan was able to find, I don't know where they went, but they got in, which is good. But I wasn't going to get in that mob. But I think Joe hung out and got through the mob. But my knees were hurting so bad I had to get out of there.
Okay, Wrestling Ernest Hemingway is Lon. Lon is his name.
That's right.
Well, hello, Lon.
And drone dudes, I'm not doing any more drones for a while. I broke my daggone drone. It's just the blades. I got to get it. I got to take the test.
Yeah.
So now that I got like 1,001 subscribers, I need to do that. So
he actually has 2,000.
So it's fun. We got good memories from this. And I'll tell you, that's the one thing people don't realize is what I never knew when I started doing YouTube the friends that I would gain.
I know.
That
I didn't realize
are very, very, I feel very close to.
It's amazing.
And
amazing.
That's what Kia-Belle said. I don't know if she's laughing at that, but it's like I got to meet Kia-Belle. What a blessing that was.
I know.
And
couldn't believe it. I was so excited that day. And I'm excited for our future events together.
Do you know what?
What?
After all these flavored whiskeys, I wonder what it's going to taste like if I have a real whiskey now.
I'm not doing that.
Hey, look at this shelf.
We love you too, Kia-Belle.
Love you guys. Any suggestions on any whiskey that you want me to try right now?
2 buddies for life, Gordon.
Now
says.
there's the best.
Yeah. Look, 2 buddies for life. That's
Amen,
right.
Lord. That is so true. That was so neat to hang out with you all, but I wish we'd have had more time.
Yeah.
We could try. You know what? This is my special occasion bottle. Do you want me to try a bottle of that?
Do 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 do. PJ said your taste buds are going to go into cardiac arrest.
That's what I'm afraid.
James Gilgerson, who's
Hey, James. Ooh, Knob Creek smoked maple, just like I told you in Fayetteville. All right, James. Yeah. Hey, James. I met James. We went into the Comac store in Fayetteville, West Virginia, and I was talking to him. This was after I think you were outside. You'd come in because I was talking to James, I believe.
Yeah.
And he told me to get that smoked maple. Well, don't hurt me, James, but I need to get the smoked maple. So he said it was really, really. Ended up getting the Jesse James American Honey.
Yeah, was that a store?
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
But he said that's his favorite, that smoked maple, and I've got to get that. Yeah, and Gord, you're right. There's never enough time. We always need more time.
Yeah.
And PJ says Buffalo Trace. So Buffalo Trace it is. I'm going to put the Eagle Rare back in her. I got to go with the Buffalo Trace. So,
there's pretty much nothing better.
The reason I was talking to James Gilkerson was because I was telling him he was having a hard time finding Buffalo Trace. And I told him that I had ordered one bottle from Wooden Cork, and then Tina actually saw a bottle sitting on the shelf in Tennessee.
Out of place.
Yeah, it was like somebody was trying to hide it, I think, or something.
And I was like, what? I reached down. I was like, oh what the heck? That's not even the right place. And I took it and I went over. He was in another aisle. And I was like, look what I just found. Look what I just found. And I was like, and to the cash register we went. Because it's been hard. We cannot find it anywhere.
So Gord is right on this. That whiskey definitely has some of the most stylish and unique bottles.
Yeah. Yep.
And you know what? And that is true. And James can probably attest to this, James Gilkerson, because he's a whiskey lover. He says Buffalo Trace is his favorite. But
he said, glad you have some still out tonight.
But the one time, if you can't decide, for men, it's like if we can't decide which bottle to buy, we get the one the bottle looks the coolest.
Yeah.
So that's
it's got to taste good, right? Yeah. If the bottle is cool.
That's right.
Heck. And that's right, Gord. Whiskey, they've got it going on with the bottle making. There's no doubt
the old
about that.
Jim Beam bottles. I don't remember the old Jim Beam. Oh, look. First cork of the night, guys. A real cork.
That's a brand new kind.
Guys.
Well, pour.
This is so.
And smell it.
Listen to that.
Glug, 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 glug.
Did you hear the glug, 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 Gord?
Not the coolest one, the sexiest bottle, Gord said.
True, that's true. This stuff. Now, to me, this smells so much better than anything we've smelled tonight.
Let me smell it. I'm still sipping on my Jeremiah weed. Whew. I'm gonna snuggle up on the couch after this.
It smells like whiskey.
Smells like Buffalo Trace. That's good.
Buffalo Trace. I think the thing about Buffalo Trace, it's it's only an 80 proof. So, or is it 86 proof? Oh, it's 90 proof. That's why it's so good.
It is a pretty bottle, isn't it, Kissy Kat?
Yeah.
That's what we were saying.
So
Sexy bottles, pretty bottles.
90 proof. That means it's 45% alcohol. And it has that long finish. You get sweetness, then you get like the cinnamon taste, some other spices, maybe cloves or something like that, and then it finishes that with like that warm hug. And so it's just the bad thing about Buffalo Trace is if you are not a whiskey drinker and you want to start drinking whiskey and you drink this first, there's really nowhere else to go. Yes, there's some other whiskeys that are better, but it's hard to find something that smooth. And James is like 90 proof, and gosh, it is a perfect smooth finish.
Yes.
And it really is.
And Gord said after 12 shots, well, I would not be sure what's the best anymore, but I will take your word for it.
Well, Buffalo Trace is great. There's a few others there's some Old Forester that I just absolutely love. So James, if you get a chance to try some Old Forester, I don't know if you need to do that. And Lon says, a buddy of mine seems to love a brand called Monkey Shoulder. He's been drinking that for years. And that's a Scotch, I believe. Isn't that right, Lon? Scotch whiskey. So people that like Scotch, like my son Daniel, if y'all watch the video, my son Daniel loves Scotch.
Yeah.
So he would probably really like it.
Big rye fan too, isn't he? Or is that more Allison?
Allison likes rye.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Daniel likes rye too. Yeah. So both my sons.
Yeah, Kia-Belle, I just saw your comment to Gord. Yeah, if Gord drinks, what was it that night? The video of that night with him and Tamara and Trisha and Kia-Belle. Lord, that was so funny.
Was that when he was on the front of the car?
Yes.
Hanging on the front of the car.
Yes. That was hilarious. Hilarious. I'm like, I'm pretty much sure I don't think I've actually seen Gord in that state yet. And that was hilarious.
Yeah, it is funny.
Awesome.
So, and Gilkerson, which Old Forester do you have, James? Oops.
Old Forester is good, I have to say. Between regular whiskeys, of course, I haven't tried as many as Walt has, but Walt's got a lot more to try too. But Buffalo Trace and Old Forester so far are like just my regular.
I don't know what
best
happened
likes
to this thing.
What are you talking about?
The screen grew.
No. Well, it's fine over here. The 86 proof, he said. James did.
What was that?
86. The 86 proof. James said.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one for sure. That's like my daily drinker. Let's see, where is that?
That's it, right there, isn't it?
Yeah, nice.
Yep.
Yeah, this is good too. This is what I said when people were talking about. This is very like $23 and probably about $32. Those are too good, but they're, those are good whiskeys right there.
PJ, yes, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it, and I'm glad you got home, and I'm glad you were able to join us and stick around.
Yeah,
appreciate
thanks, PJ.
that.
I appreciate you coming in and talking.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your support.
The views and actions of Drunk Gord do not necessarily represent the thoughts and opinions of Sober Gord. I understand.
Hilarious. That is so funny.
Yeah, Lon, that's a, to me, that's my favorite. Like if I'm gonna have, if that's the only whiskey that I could have, then
Yeah.
if I could only have one bottle of whiskey on my shelf at a time, that's it, right there. And if I had a two, that would probably be my second.
Mm-hmm.
But then if you want to go up to another price level, then you're going to go to like the Old Forester 1920. But anyway, guys, we're gonna head on
PJ.
out.
Yeah, I think so.
Thanks for hanging in for so long.
I know. In late evening here on the East Coast. Anyways, thank y'all.
Thank you so much.
But we wanted to make sure people were at home at least, and because I know Saturday nights are probably busy, but that people were at least at home and relaxing and could enjoy it with us, and really, really appreciate it. Yeah. And good to see some of you guys that we haven't seen for a while. Dylan Pritchard, thank you so much for coming in, and Blair G, Wrestling or Lon. Thank y'all all. Joe and Alan and Gord and PJ and Kia-Belle and Trish. Michelle was here. Tamara, of course. Thank everybody. Hope I didn't leave anybody out. I'm sure I did, but we really, really appreciate it.
Have a good night, Joe.
Can't wait to see you.
Glad you came in, Kia-Belle and Gord. And
can't wait to see you, Joe.
Tamara's still watching. Tell her we love her.
Yep.
And everybody else. And my computer screen is messed up, so I've lost everybody. And hope if Alan's left, we love Alan.
Love you, Alan, and we'll see you soon, hopefully. And Joe, hopefully
more adventures to come. Yeah, Joe, we got to. If you can get off work, then love to have you come to Death Valley with us.
PJ said Tina should lose at least one T-shirt. No.
Who said that?
PJ.
Yeah, just take the blue one off. No. Come on, honey. That'd be exciting.
No. Alan's here. Yes. Can't wait to see you guys, Joe and Alan, everybody.
Love you, Alan.
Hopefully we can all get
together. Glad you're still here.
Yeah. Cannot wait to see you too, Alan.
And guys, when I reached 1,000, I didn't talk about it, and I don't really even talk about it now that I've reached 2,000, because it is what it is. But I will say this: Alan has been a big help to me. Big help. I've learned so much from him. And he's shouted me out and gone with me. And I think that, and I've said this before. So when Alan and I went on the trips, I would just observe what he would do. And it's like, man, he really works and gets these shots, and and he would work and work until he felt like he had the right shot. And that is something a lot of YouTubers don't do. He's just amazing about that. And so anyway, he's really good at what he does. That's all I'm gonna say. He's really good at what he does. And Joe's really good at what he does. And I've seen Joe in action, but not like I have seen Alan. But a lot of good people out there. So appreciate you guys. Yes. Haven't met PJ yet, and I want to do that and talk to him a lot.
I feel like I have, but we haven't. And
Tamara and Gord have been huge too, getting us to 2,000 because of the community.
Yeah,
I mean they've been big supporters of us. And
absolutely
talked about us, and of course PJ too
Mhm.
has
Yep.
been big. He didn't show up tonight, so we won't talk about PJ. No, I'm just kidding. PJ from Vegas Tips and Tricks, not
You
PJ,
mean
but
JP?
JR.
JR
Yeah, JP.
and JP.
Well,
Not
JR.
PJ.
Okay, after
PJ.
15 shots, okay, it's Vegas Tips and Tricks. Well, PJ's been big too because he's talked about us.
Yeah,
And-
absolutely.
And
absolutely.
he's huge. And then, but JR would talk about us on his channel and stuff like that. So that
Big supporters.
it's like the community. A lot of people start YouTube, but if you're not part of something, it don't really
right. And everybody's played a hand,
Mhm.
pushing you and
Yeah.
supporting you, watching your lives and your videos, or it's and I love watching everybody else's.
And
it's
one
been
more
a big
shot of my bald
blessing
head.
for me.
So I'm just gonna
He's
keep
still
it like
bald.
this till Andy's, I get to see
Cured
Andy again.
until Andy's cured.
Yeah, that's how
Good speed strong. Y'all don't forget to like the video if you can on your way out.
I kind of look
Appreciate
like
it.
Quiet Chain Kane, don't I?
What is that?
You don't know who?
No.
PJ, she don't know who Quiet Chain Kane is.
He said, after all the booze, you're forgetting.
It's Kung Fu.
Oh, okay.
David Carradine.
Yes. That's right. He did
Kung
shave
Fu.
his head.
Alan's like Kung Fu artist too.
Thank you, PJ, for dropping that.
How many-
Speed strong.
Alan probably knows Kung Fu, doesn't he? I don't know. It's funny you talk about that because I actually took Kung Fu for about a month or so. You remember?
Yeah.
But I was just
karate longer.
I was doing American freestyle karate and Ishin-Ryu, and I started doing Kung Fu because I just wanted to do that too. But I was putting so much time into all these martial arts that I just couldn't do it anymore. I was just putting myself too thin. So, but yeah, Kung Fu. I love those old Kung Fu movies. Those were great.
Daniel likes
Kissy Kat remembers Kung Fu. Yeah, my son, who's he's 30 now, but I would find those old videos and bring them to my son. He loved them things, especially like when he burnt he burnt the dragon. I need to get some dragon tattoos on my arms. The dragon. Walking through the desert barefoot. Yes. Keith Carradine. I like David better than I like Keith. But Keith Carradine was Wild Bill Hickok in Deadwood.
Oh.
Remember that?
Who was he?
Yeah, that's who that was.
David Carradine's brother?
Yeah.
Oh.
David Carradine's brother, Keith Carradine, was
Love that show.
Was Wild Bill Hickok in Deadwood. So, which, by the way, go watch Deadwood videos. If you haven't watched it,
Grasshopper.
watch it again.
Alan said.
What's that?
Alan said, yes, Grasshopper.
Yes. He says, he'd hold out his hand and says, can you snatch the pebble from my hand? And he couldn't snatch the pebble from his hand. So
everybody was Kung Fu
Kissy Kat likes Keith. Kissy Kat, you're making me jealous of all these people. Talking about Keith Carradine and all these other men. Making me jealous.
Blair G. Deadwood is great. I didn't watch it when. Oh, we just recently Blair
we watched
G.
it again.
Yes, watched it, binge watched it again, and I was like, "Wait, the last episode." I was like, "Wait, what happened? Did they just cancel the show?"
Don't watch it if you can't handle cussing.
Yeah.
If you can't handle cussing,
can't.
There's more cuss words per minute probably than any show in history.
Yes.
I mean, it is bad.
Very Shakespearean, which is for me hard to follow sometimes. It's like, but I love it. It's like, it was great.
Who did that? I missed that. Death Race 2000. Was that Was Keith Carradine in that or David Carradine?
Bruce Lee was supposed to be cast instead of David Carradine. Did you know that? Alan said.
Wow. I did not know that.
Kissy Kat, I was raised on cussing, she said. Me too. Kissy
Yes,
Kat,
we're into Yellowstone. Good stuff.
Did you see that? That was funny. I was raised on cussing.
Yeah, Timothy Oliphant is really good. He could probably do Dirty Harry.
Yeah, I could see
He
him
could
doing
probably
that.
do Dirty Harry, but he don't want to do it anymore. He's like wants to do comedy. What's wrong with this dude? Drive me nuts. He could be Clint Eastwood. And yes, I love Yellowstone. Mostly,
Yeah.
mostly I love Beth. She's
Beth is a
looker.
a bad.
She's badass.
Yeah.
For sure.
Badass.
She is badass. For sure.
Yeah, Blair, you got to check that out because we
Yes.
did the same thing for the longest time. I kept hearing about it. Finally, we watched it, and yeah,
Yellowstone
good
is
decision.
really, really good.
And they in this new season 4 just started. What channel is it on? Is this a plug for Yellowstone?
I don't know.
I forget what station it comes on. Anyway, we record it. So
yeah. Gordon, we binged watched the first, I guess it was 3 seasons, and now we're on season 4.
Yeah, because they just started it.
We really like.
Beth is like, you don't mess with Beth. You better be on the good side of Beth because you don't want to be on the wrong side of Beth.
But I like naked Beth's better.
Of course.
All right, guys. We're definitely going to leave now.
Yeah.
Except my screen is messed up. I don't know what I've done to it.
Thank you again. Please hit that thumbs up.
But we're gonna leave. We love you all.
Yep.
And
we will holler at you soon. And stay tuned for our trip to.
We're going to
Kentucky.
The Kentucky Bourbon Trail. We're going to do 4 distilleries.
Yep.
I can't wait for that.
I know. It's going to be fun. A lot of fun.
Good night, y'all.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good evening.